Hi, thanks for joining us again at ncwholesalebeads.com. Today we're going to go over how to make a beaded bracelet. The tools that you need are side cutters, chain nose pliers, bead stopper. The materials that you need are the beads that you've chosen to make your bracelet with, a soft flexible beading wire. I've chosen a 0.14 diameter and a Soft Flex brand, crimps, and a clasp. We'll begin by using our wire, and I'm going to make an 8-inch bracelet, so I'm going to give myself about an inch on either side of the bracelet extra for the wire, and you'll see why in a minute. You take and use your cutters, and then after you've laid out your design as I have here, you'll begin by placing your beads on the wire. I'm going to use my bead stopper here, which is a great little tool. You just squeeze it, place your wire anywhere in the bead stopper, and then let go of the bead stopper, and it'll clamp down nice and hard on your wire, and that way you won't lose any of the beads. And then you'll just start at the other end and place your beads on the wire and go all the way through until you get to the other end. Once you're done loading all your beads on your wire, you'll add a silver crimp to the end of your wire, and then I typically sandwich it between two silver beads, and I do this for a couple of reasons, so that when you have crushed the crimp, the bead will help lift the area off of your wrist so it doesn't scrape you, but also it helps to disguise where you placed your crimp. Another reason I like to use two beads down here on the end is because I am using a toggle, and with a toggle piece, your bar with the last couple of beads will actually go through the middle portion of your toggle. Usually your beads, well, you can cut it there. Then you'll place your wire through your toggle. You'll take the wire and go back through your bead, through a crimp, and back through the other bead. And sometimes you have to kind of fish it through. Once you have it in place, you'll draw your wire up so it's a little snug. You don't want the loop so tight that the clasp doesn't swing freely, but you don't want the loop so big that it looks obvious on your bracelet. So once you have this in place, you'll use your chain nose pliers, and making sure that your wires are coming through your crimp straight, you'll go right on top of the crimp and flatten it with your chain nose pliers. I usually give it a little tug just to make sure it's nice and secure. Then push all your beads down. This last bead should go over that wire again. So see how it sandwiches it in between? And then I just let the rest of my beads follow the suit. This is okay for this wire to hang loose. We're not going to cut anything yet. Then we'll remove our bead stopper, which has done its job so nicely. We'll add on for the other end, we'll add on a crimp. We'll add our next bead. And then we'll add the other end of our clasp. You bring it through, loop it around, and go back through the bead and back through the crimp. You'll want to start to snug this up some. I'm going to also go ahead and push it back through my other bead, because it's easier to do it when everything is still loose. Okay. Then once you have it back through the other bead, you can just start to bring it up slowly, because what you want to do is pull this excess wire out. So I'm just kind of holding on to it. I'm not really pulling anywhere except for on this extra wire. Then you want to just kind of straighten it, make sure everything is soft and supple, that you have all the excess wire out. Once you have all the excess wire out, give it another visual look. Take your chain nose pliers. I think I see it just a little bit more. Go right on top of the crimp and flatten it. Nice and flat. Before I cut anything, I usually give it a nice little pull to make sure that nothing's loose. We have everything nice and tight. Then we use our cutters, our side cutters. Go right up against, hold the wire that you're going to cut so you don't cut the wrong one. Go right up next to the bead and give it a little snip. Once you're done, you've completed your first beaded item. For more tips and techniques, please stay tuned to ncwholesalebeads.com. Thank you.